Virginia Beach leads the Raptors here in the Eastern Conference Finals 2-0. And because we have won both games and we have not lost a playoff game yet, we're going to keep our starting five the exact same and our rotation the exact same. We're going to jump right into game 3 here. Pirtle scores the first bucket. It's our first home game of the series. Dort for 3 to give us our first lead and our first points of the game. Kuminga and Terry scramble for the ball. He tracks it down. Fast break into a dunk for Jonathan Kuminga, who's been playing a lot better against Toronto than against any other team here in the playoff run. Here's Kuminga for the triple. We're up 8-4. One-legged fadeaway for Dick goes. Pirtle at the rim again. Had a pretty good game 3, all things considered. Boyd blows by Carter for the reverse. Jovanovic inside. A quick lead for the Neptunes. Jovanovic for 3. Yes. Too much space from ball. Now, here's where Jalen Duren gets called for a flagrant 1 foul. You see this all too often with him. Pirtle knocks down the first one. Second free throw is off, but they retain possession. And they would score off of that later on. Augustine's left open. That's a mistake. Stamets comes back and responds with one of his own. 2-point game. Capella readjusts and finishes through the contact. Would miss the free throw. But Sanders scores the last bucket of the quarter, and it's 28-23. Neptunes out to an early 5-point cushion. Go to the second quarter. Kuminga fades away, misses it, but Duren is there for the offensive putback. Offensive rebounds are always important, especially against a team like Toronto that was pretty good on the glass in games 1 and 2. Riley Patterson jams in thanks to a really great feed from Freddie Simmons as Jovanovic fades away and hits a tough one. Carter with some space at the rim, easy bucket. After an offensive rebound, Lonzo's wide open and they've closed the gap down to 3. Boyd at the rim after a nice bounce pass from Cole Anthony, but then Pirtle comes back and hits the and 1. Kuminga at the rim 2, still a 5-point game. Nice pass to Grady Dick. 1 possession game. Boyd makes it back to 2. Dick over Augustine, yes. Solid first half for him. Kuminga jams it over Dalen Terry. Ball gets backdoor and finishes. Under 30 seconds to go. Last bucket of the half is Pirtle through the contact from Capella. 3-point game at halftime. 50-47. Neither team got off to a great start. Both teams kind of had a slow first quarter, at least the first 6 minutes. But to start the third, Boyd knocks down the triple to extend our lead to 6. Pirtle over Duren, yes, one of his better days of the series. Boyd in traffic, got it. Pirtle again off the glass and through. First 2 minutes back and forth between these two teams, but Dort's left open again. He continues to knock down the open shots. Now Kuminga's left open for 3. 10-point contest. In transition, Kuminga to Boyd, readjusting and finishing through the contact. Lonzo's called for the foul. Boyd's 9 for 11. And the free throw gives him 20 points on the night. Our lead is only getting larger, but Pirtle keeps on scoring on Jalen Duren. Dick's open on the other end for the open corner 3. He knows that one is going in. Nice pump fake, and Boyd has an open shot because of it. Duren finds Jovanovic in the corner. There he goes. 14-point game, and he's only heating up behind the back and pulling up in Pirtle's face. Then he's got space with Lonzo Ball sagging off, and our lead extends to 20. They cut it back to 13, but Dort makes it back to a 16-point game, and Capella finishes through the contact to make it an 18-point contest with a couple of seconds to go in this third quarter. It's a blowout through 3. It was a 3-point contest at halftime, and now the Neptunes are in full control. They would hold on to win by 30, 118-88. Teams do not want to come here and face this team in Atlantic Arena. It is a dangerous place to play if you are not the Neptunes. Mac Boyd drops 31, 6 and 6. Kuminga was fantastic with 9 for 14 shooting at 7 assists. He continues to just stuff the stat sheet. Jovanovic is always efficient. and had a better game today than in the first couple. And only really Cole Anthony was the worst player for us, but really can't put that against him. Not everyone's going to shoot over 50% for you. And we played some good defense on Dick, as always, with Lou Dort. Now we're here. Well, all right, we lead the series 3-0, and we're about to find out who's going to win Game 3 in Seattle. And it's Seattle, so we're both up 3-0 in the conference finals. They're going to start Wendell Carter once again. Both starting fives will stay the same for Game 4. And I'm not going to change our game plan. We've won all 3 games. 2 of them have been close. This last one, we just pulled away in the third quarter. So let's jump in and see if we can just close this series out and punch our ticket to the finals. Don't know what to expect out of the Sonics this season, but we know what to expect out of Toronto. So let's take them down one more time and make our way to our very first NBA Finals. At home for the second time here in the Eastern Conference Finals, Jalen Duren wins the tip here in Atlantic Arena. And here we go. Game 4 starts now. Dort left open, and Boyd makes a nice pass. Easy opening bucket. Beautiful pass to Pirtle, but he steps out of bounds. We take over. Now Boyd's got it top of the key, and he'll knock it down. Our three-point shooting has been fantastic in pretty much every single game here in the playoffs. We have so many guys shooting over 40% from 3. I think Chris Murray and Augustine lead the team at over 50%. Jovanovic and Dort are over 40 as well. I think Boyd is too. That 3 drops for Dale and Terry, but one thing I've also noticed is that in the playoffs especially, when teams come into Atlantic Arena, they have a lot of problems scoring. They don't usually have that issue scoring at home. They find that they kind of just come up against a wall here in Virginia Beach. They turn the ball over, though. Grady Dick on the other end, got it down low. Back to him from Pirtle, into a shot, and he's fouled. It's the first foul on Lou Dort. Grady Dick has not been as efficient from the field, or, hasn't been dropping as many points either in this series as he has in the previous playoff series. Scotty Barnes is out, so that might have had an impact on that as well. Now it's Kuminga's turn to knock down a triple. Shot clock is counting down here. Toronto's got to find something. Pirtle, left-handed shot, he's fouled. And he made it 2. At his best game in Game 3. Obviously had no impact on the end result, but he's coming off his best game, and Duren's got to play some better defense here in this one. Boyd rounds a screen. He gets the feed. 2 defenders there, doesn't matter. Under 5 again on the clock. Terry has to force it. And now it's poked out from Duren, and it goes right to Dalen Terry for a steal. I think that was Lonzo who poked that one out. That's a great pass back door, but defenders collapse on ball, and he can't even get a shot off there. So good job on defense that time. But now he's open for 3 off a couple of screens off ball. Boyd gets downhill and just lays it in on Carter. Great job to stick with Boyd on that entire drive, but that is a tough guy to stop. He's averaged 31, 5, and 7 in this Eastern Conference Final Series. He's going to win the ECF MVP, no doubt about it. It gets down low. It has to kick it back out, and a 3-second violation on Pirtle gives us the ball back. Jovanovic, off ball. Yes. We've now had 4 different players. Pretty much all 4 of the starters that take threes have now all knocked one down. Duren doesn't take them at all, so he will not have one. He's called for his second foul already in the first 5 minutes here. Free throws for Ball, and both are good. 5-point game, but the Neptunes offense wanted to get off to a very quick start, as we usually do. The three-pointers are always dropping, it seems like. And low-key, ever since we changed Boyd to power forward and Kuminga to small forward, we have not lost a single game. You know, we have watched every single one, and we have split plenty of games this year. You guys know this. We have lost plenty of showcase games this season. So to win every game in the playoffs, because we've watched all of them and we switched Boyd to power forward, that is impressive. I think Boyd being power forward has been the difference maker in that regard, as well as a couple of playbook changes in terms of the assignments for Kuminga and Boyd at the end of the regular season. Dort finds Kuminga, backdoor for the reverse layup. And right now, they're just not getting any stops in the paint right now. We have 20 points already through the first 5.5 minutes. They can roll with Carter. He's stripped by Mac Boyd. The steal goes right to Jalen Duren. We're going to slow it down here on the offensive end. We lob it for Kuminga. It keeps going. Timeout, Toronto. We're doubling up, 22-11. Out of the Raptors' timeouts. They go to a Wendell Carter pull-up jumper. It's not a high percentage look at all. I would know because I'm a Duke fan. Dort in the paint. Over Dick, yes. We just are shooting so damn well. It is so impressive, man. Every game we're doing things like this. Incredible. Off the screen from Ball. Back to Pirtle. Time counting down. Another screen coming, but Terry's just going to have to launch it. But Kuminga sagged off. He still missed it, though. 0 points for Toronto the last 2.5 minutes. Our lead is only getting bigger. Ivanovic with space. We're unconscious. We already have 11 assists here in the first quarter. That is insane. Shot clock winding down again. This defense is locking them down right now. That one blocked. They get it back. That's a lucky bucket. That's a great defensive play by Chris Murray. Not going to count that one against us. 4 minutes to go. They only have 13 points. And we still have that large of a lead, too. It is sagged off of Murray. Why'd you do that, Terry? He missed the shot, but that was not a smart idea. But now Anthony just has to steal right off of Freddie Simmons. First minute in, and he turns the ball over. And then we do the same thing. Sanders misses the open jumper. Adele tracks it down. Nothing doing for this Toronto offense. This is the worst start they've had all series long. Augustine readjusts and draws a foul. It's the first on Toronto here in the first quarter. At least we're drawing one. And the free throws are both good. Augustine has been sneakily very impressive for us this entire playoff run. He has been knocking down all the open shots he's had. He's hitting free throws. And he's not playing bad defense. He's not great on defense, but he's not getting torched every time down the court. Time counting down for the Neptunes. Anthony, nice pump fake, but can't make the shot. Just over 2.5 to play in the first quarter. Patterson at the rim, missed it. Murray, another stop on defense. Now our clock's winding down. Augustine pulls up, misses it. But had to shoot that one, you would have to think. I got Boyd at the scorer's table. He'll check back in soon as Terry misses once again. They haven't let Freddie Simmons take a shot yet, and they haven't scored hardly at all because of it. Anthony, baseline, missed again. Too much on it. High ball screen. Sanders pulls up and knocks it down. The three is good. The timeout us. I think one thing I'm going to do, I'm not sure this has any impact on the other teams besides ours, but I know that us running plays, I think, has been a big difference in, how many shots we get off per game and how good we are in terms of offense. So I haven't looked at this at all, but maybe what is also potentially happening is that maybe CPU coaches don't run plays as much as we do, and so as a result, just naturally, it's harder for those teams to score. I will, in the offseason, look into that, or maybe after this series, look into it, and I'll increase it to whatever it is for us, for the other team, just in case. But if it's around the same, then I'm just going to keep it as is. But I think going forward, at the start of each season, I'm going to do it for every single team. I'll go through and I'll adjust their game plan to have a high amount of plays run. And we turn the ball over off of the timeout. Jovanovic just couldn't put enough under it over to Boyd. They're down by 12. Sanders, tough shot. In the paint now. Boyd, tough one over. Patterson got it. Or that was Berea, actually. But we shot 75%. We almost always get off to a really fast start. And this time they're off to a really slow one. 36 from the field. Dick, top of the key. Ill Cannon, okay. I definitely want a more competitive game here in Game 4. I don't want to win a blowout after a blowout. I want some close games here. That one's off from Boyd, and Berea tracks it down. Sanders fighting for the loose ball. He gets back to it, but time's counting down. Berea has to force it. The quarter is over. 30-19. Neptunes in control through one. Toronto starts the second quarter with the ball, trying to close the gap to single digits, which they will do through Grady Dick. All right. We saw a close first half in Game 3. Led that game by 3 at halftime, and then had a amazing third quarter to end up blowing them out by 30. So that's how that game went. The first two games were both really close and came down to the last couple of minutes. And we'll see what happens here in this first half to really determine how the second half will go. Patterson misses it over. Boyd has been playing some really good paint defense. I didn't really include any top defensive plays in the highlights for Game 3 as Jovanovic makes a really nice drive, splitting two defenders. But as I was saying, in Game 3, Boyd had some really good stops, especially on Wendell Carter down low in the paint, and just like pretty standard post moves. He also blocked Simmons a couple of times, I think, or just once at least. So he was playing some good defense last episode or last game, and we're seeing it here again too. Augustine spots up. That was a clean look. This won't go. Tough shot for Dick. That is a really well-contested three by Lou Dort. Got Boyd off the corner screen. Inside for the jam. We love that play because it is such a high percentage look, man, every time. Simmons trying to get down low, but Sutter steps out of bounds. Once again, it's Boyd causing a stop. They're going to bring in Lonzo and Wendell Carter. But Simmons is really having a tough game. Had 20 plus in games 1 and 2. Had like 18 or 15 in Game 3, and he's doing even worse here in Game 4. Boyd off another corner screen. This time he draws the foul. That's the first on Wendell Carter. First one is up and in there. Number 22. I don't plan on changing Boyd's number. Not every good player's got to wear 23. And he's going to cement his legacy as number 22. Dick attacks Chris Murray, but another good defensive stop. Might have been some contact there on that play. Heard a slap on the tail end of that. But they don't call it, and we get another defensive stop. I've only scored once here in the quarter so far in the first 3 minutes, as that one was tipped by Patterson and goes right to Dick. Up to ball, a good pass. But we stall him with Jovanovic. Flare out for Dick. Murray's there. The shot is out. Jovanovic cuts baseline. That one's blocked out of bounds by Patterson. Couple of nice plays by him on the defensive end. Liddell will check in now. Boyd takes a seat. Off the screen. Poked out. Dort gets it back, but has to shoot the fadeaway. And he hits it. What a play. Top of the key. Simmons. There he is. His first appearance. That was a very well contested shot, too. Off the screen. This time it's Jovanovic out of the corner. This play might just be a cheat code. Raptors having a hard time finding an open look here. They're not going to get one either. Simmons jacks it up, and it rattles out. Dort to Duren. At the rim, got it over Carter. Our lead extends to 18 points. Did not expect Toronto to start off this horribly in Game 4 after the really back-and-forth starts to each of the first 3 games. Chris Murray's called for a foul here with 7 to play. Simmons hits both free throws. And Cole Anthony checks in for Yovi. Anthony's trying to attack Simmons. In the paint, stalled. Has to shoot. And missed it. Good stop there by Simmons. We got a mismatch here with Pirtle. Help comes from Dort. But that's an easy shot for Pirtle off the glass. And there's a steal. Poked out by Lonzo, and it goes right to the hands of Grady Dick. A nice stop right there. They're half the quarter left. Toronto still trying to find their offensive rhythm. They got Lonzo off ball here, but we do a good job to switch. Great job by Liddell to get to the open man. Fantastic defense on this possession by the Neptunes, man. Simmons still knocks it down. You know what? They were due for a shot like that. I can't be upset. They can roll with Duren, but his pass is blocked. And Anthony turns it over. Great defensive play by Pirtle. And Simmons misfires in transition. We haven't scored in over 2 minutes now. Giving a chance to the Raptors to make their way back in this game, but they're also having some problems scoring. Duren readjusts and finishes through the contact. Under 5 on the clock. Simmons finds an open look, but hasn't been as efficient as usual. High ball screen. Pick and pop. Liddell's wide open. He usually makes you pay for that. On the other end, Simmons lobs it for Carter. Easy dunk. Got Mac Boyd back in the game. They're going to double him immediately. That leaves Augustine open. Almost a mistake. He can't convert. We get it back, and Kuminga says that's how it's done. 15-point game right now. This is going sour for the Raptors and fast. Terry blocked by Boyd. You're seeing once again the defense from him is just getting better as the year goes on. Oh my! What a sequence from 22. That's one of the best plays of his career. Are you serious? As soon as you saw him fill in this middle lane on the fast break, you saw him make this grab, you knew exactly what was coming. He's the kind of guy to posterize 2 players in one. Wow. Mac Boyd is special, man. We knew that, but what a play. That's just the cherry on top of this lead right now. Carter, nice post move to break the cold spell. Down low, Capella over Pirtle. Okay. Terry steps out of bounds. Big mistake. They've had a couple more of those than we have. We haven't had too many of those for a while now. We've had, at least one every couple of games probably, but for the most part, that has kind of gone away from us for a while. Not sure why, but we've just been just better and smarter at not doing that as often. Kuminga's open, top of the key. He'll splash it. 20-point lead. Dick got it to Pirtle. Fella stepped up but couldn't make the steal. Augustine's blocked by Grady Dick on the 3-point attempt. Thought he had the open look, but Dick has some pretty good arm length. Off shot for Carter off the inbound pass. Another good stop there from Mac Boyd. I think what I'm going to do is it's going to be this big of a gap at halftime probably. I'll watch the first 4 minutes of the second half, and then if they don't close the gap hardly at all, then we're just going to send to the end because what's the point? We already know what's going to happen pretty much in the second half. Do you think that this team's going to come back and win? I highly doubt it, especially the way that we're playing. I had a feeling that if they weren't going to win one of those first 2 games on their home court, especially in 2 close games, then they probably weren't going to beat us on our home court. That's a nice shot, though, from Grady Dick. It was an 18-point game. We're going to have the final shot of the second quarter. Love to have a 20-plus point lead by halftime, but it's not a guarantee. Dominguez got it. Capella's going to pull up, and it's no good. It's 57-39 at the break. Yeah, we'll watch the first 4 minutes of the third quarter and see what happens. Third quarter begins. Dalen Terry brings it up for the Raptors, down by 18 points. They had 12 rebounds to our 21, 7 assists to our 22. We did not slow down in that second quarter at all. Another good hand in there from Boyd to jar that shot out from Wendell Carter. Ivanovic with the ball in his face, can't knock it down. Had a couple of inches there, though, and that's not a bad look, I don't think. Here comes a high screen. Carter sets it. He rolls to the rim, switching on Dort, bucket and foul. Pretty key play to start this second half. Free throw is good. Into a handoff. Ivanovic at the rim, off the glass and through. Behind the arc, Lonzo misses once again, and he really has been kind of bad from 3 in this series. Can't get it to Duren down low. Shot clock under 5. And we're just going to let Boyd jack one up. Now their clock's winding down. Dig's going to have to force something up. That's a really tough 3. Bit of a mismatch here. If Boyd can get downhill, he won't. He lob it, but ball snatches that one. Not the best idea from Dort that time. Backdoor cut. There's Terry. Just had a step on Kuminga. Boyd picks up his dribble, goes up and hits through the contact. Damn, man, he's so good when he gets down low. 17 points now, 78% from the field. Timeout, Raptors. I think that's our cue to sim ahead, actually. You can watch the first 3.5 minutes. Scoreline's pretty much the same. So we're going to jump ahead to the late fourth quarter. 4 minutes to play. Toronto has closed the gap a little bit over the last, 12 and a half, or like 16 minutes or so. And it's a 10-point game, 97-87. Just under 4 to go in regulation. Boyd at the rim, just passed out of it. Yovi corrals the ball and knocks it through. Off the screen. Hurdle, lost it, gets it back, and finishes. Kuminga slices inside, but that one's tipped up by Pirtle, and it's going to count as a block right there. Dick attacks Jovanovic, but it's poked up by Kuminga and stolen. It's going to be a bucket for Dick if you don't get a steal there. Boyd's open, stepping into a 3. 13-point game. Trying to close this one out and punch our ticket to the NBA Finals to keep this perfect playoff run going. Hurdle fouled on the shot. 4th on Jalen Duren. Hurdle's been efficient from the field, 4 for 5, but just hasn't taken as many shots as last game. He's also tired out there and just went 0 for 2 at the charity stripe. Off the screen, Dort's wide open. He missed it, but Duren tracks it down midair for the putback jam. This team right now just feels nearly unstoppable. And how can you not feel that way after you win your first 12 playoff games? Going back to, I think, our biggest win streak since that 18 or so win streak to start the season after the first couple of games. That was our best win streak before this one, I think. One of our best stretches all year long. Definitely the most important one, for sure. Boyd again! That's the dagger. Good night, Toronto. He's got 37. Your year's over. And the Neptunes are heading to the NBA Finals. 110-91, a clean sweep, our third here in the playoffs. Toronto is sitting home packing, and we are the Eastern Conference champions. McBoy, the MVP, leads the way as always. And we're going to see this team here again at home to start game one of our next playoff series. Because now we're fighting for the Larry O'Brien Trophy. What a playoff run this has been so far for Virginia Beach. We have been so damn good at home all year long. Teams do not want to come here and face this team. Ivanovic lifts the trophy, and there it is. Virginia Beach punches their ticket behind 39, 4-7 for Mac Boyd, 17 for 21 from the field. And how about Jonathan freaking Kuminga, dude? What is this, 3 or 4 straight games where he has put up some absolutely just awesome offensive games. Pretty much all 4 games against the Raptors, he was so good. 20 plus or 22 plus in 3 of the 4 games, shooting over 50%, and in all 4 of them, man, he is really impressing and stepping up later in this playoff run. Had a couple of back and forth games to start out the playoffs, but in this series, he was a big reason why we just won. Ivanovic was efficient and passed the ball well. Duran got a lot of rebounds. Augustine was not good in this game, 1 for 10 and 1 for 9 from behind the arc, but it didn't really matter, had no impact on the game. Grady Dick drops 20 points again, but we are riding another win streak into the NBA Finals, and we're going to face the Sonics. You would have to imagine they've won 3 straight really close games against Memphis, 2 3-point games, and now a 6-point game in Game 3. And now we're going to see who we are going to end up facing. They sweep the Grizzlies. And Trae Young is your Western Conference Finals MVP with 23 points, 8.5 assists, 1 steal, and amazing shooting splits. While Mac Boyd is your ECF MVP, 33.5, 5 rebounds, 7 assists. He shot 67% in that series because most of his shots are being taken down low. And he was perfect at the charity stripe, just below 40% from 3. He was amazing. Those are your 2 finals MVPs for the conference finals. And we have an expansion team matchup. It always seems to go this way. I'm not really sure why, but we always seem to match up with an expansion team in one of our first appearances here in the finals. I guess we're on the right track, and so are they. But one change I am going to make right now is to go to the options, the settings, and briefly also team select the Sonics real quick, because I need to make sure that for them, actually, let's check ours first. For the Neptunes, our coach game plan has us running plays 84% of the time, which you can tell by the gameplay. So for the Sonics, what is it? I'm just curious. This is going to be a good test to see if this has been maybe one of the issues. It's at 35, and I think that has had an impact on the game. I think that has an impact. So just right now, for this series, I don't have to worry about anything else. I'm just going to bump this to like 80. because at 35, it's not going to affect simulation, but it will affect watching, obviously, because if you're watching, then you're relying on your players to be able to create their own shots, and there aren't a lot of players in terms of like the 2K gameplay that can really do that. Even though a lot of NBA players can create their own shot, it's less so in 2K. So that will hopefully help that out. I will go back and deselect them, but if that has been a problem in this playoff run, then hopefully what I'll do going forward will remedy this for this series going forward and for all future 2K series as well. But we're in the finals. We're facing the Sonics for the first time being here, and just the stats for the playoffs alone, your leader in points per game is Scoot Henderson, but right behind him is Mac Boyd, who has played one less game in total because we just won every game that we played. But Boyd is going to be probably your best player here in the playoffs. Henderson was fantastic though, with 34, 7, and 7. Shot very well too. I think Boyd's slightly better. Kate Cunningham also has a claim to that. Might actually, I mean, he's had better numbers than Boyd does, but Boyd has more steals, more blocks. So who knows? But overall, Boyd is top 3 in scoring. You got 4 guys only scoring over 30 points per game, but this does match up with real life typically. Rebound leader is Jalen Duren. He's playing more in the playoffs and is racking up lots of rebounds. Assist goes to SGA, but they were knocked out in the first round. Our top assist guy is Boyd with 8. He's top 7, so seeing that. Top steals, Brandon Miller is having a lot per game. Boyd is top 11 for us. Blocks, we got like nobody up here. That's not shocking to me. And then field goal percentage, it is Jared Allen and then Jalen Duren. Then Mobley. And Boyd is shooting in total 59%. Kuminga's also up there. So yeah, they've both been fantastic. And yeah, those are your stats. Look at the overall team stats for us. You saw Boyd's numbers, but Yovi is averaging 19, 2, and 6. Passing the ball pretty well. Kuminga in total this playoff run, 17 points, 4 boards, 4 assists, shooting lights out. Jalen Duren, 11 and 14. Lou Dort's just under 10 points a game with 4 assists. Chris Murray, 8 points off the bench. Augustine, 7.5. Anthony around 7. Capella, 7 boards off the bench. That's great. Adele, 2 points, but is shooting over 50%. And yeah, we just look really damn good. And we're going to see what happens against the Sonics here. This is going to be your starting 5. They're going to have Trae Young, Marcus Sasser, Kyle Kuzma, Aaron Gordon, and Delano Collins. I think we faced them earlier this year and we blew them out. And Aaron Gordon really didn't do anything at all. And Trae Young had a tough shooting day, as did Kuzma. We'll see what happens in this series, but adding or increasing the run plays will hopefully just help the game play out and will be much better. So we'll see about that. But easy playoff run so far. I'm looking forward to some adversity, hopefully, here in the finals. But that is going to do it, folks. I don't plan on live streaming these games. I thought about it, but I'm going to not do it. I just prefer to do it when I can record on my own time and I can edit the commentary on my own time when I want to. I could do that for the streams. I would just have to redo the commentary afterward. Not everyone's going to watch the live stream of the game, so I'm just going to do it as I have been. So I'll do 1 game per episode for the finals. We'll watch every single game all the way through, and then we'll go from there. So that's the game plan. Hoping for a really fun series here against Seattle. Not sure what to expect, but we do have 2 home games to start out, so we could be seeing 2 Neptunes blowouts to start the series, but we're going to see what happens. Thanks, guys, for watching. The Neptunes are well on their way to their first championship, and we're going to find out these next couple episodes if we can get it done. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.